So,
Yeah, this is great. Thanks for coming.
my name is Stephanie.
Thank you for coming.
And I have lived in New Jersey for most of my life, except for when I lived all over the world with the Navy. And when people think of veterans, I am not what they picture. And Chris Smith claims to be a friend of veterans. People say, oh, he does great things for veterans. But there are things, I'd like to talk a little bit about some things in the Republican
platform agenda?
Yes, agenda that people do not realize are veterans issues. When I signed on the dotted line, they said that somebody who was a career military person would get lifetime health care. I was not. I was only in for 4 years, but my husband was. And that is now Medicaid. So when the Republicans talk about changing, dismantling, privatizing Medicare,
Bye, Jim.
that is the lifetime health insurance that veterans were promised.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I mean. That is
needs to be
not
out
something
there.
that
That
people
needs to
think
be out
about.
there.
Another thing is Medicaid. 10% of veterans rely on Medicaid for their health insurance. And people don't think, oh, capping Medicaid, changing Medicaid. They do not think of that as a veterans issue, but 10% of veterans depend on Medicaid.
Thank you for sharing that.
Another is at a time when newly disabled veterans come home every day, the Republicans want to roll back the protections of the Americans with Disabilities Act.
Yeah. It's horrible.
So, and I want to share a story about something that, I was very fortunate. I had a very easy time in the service. I did not have any injuries. But how many of you remember the scene at the beginning of the movie War Games? Or it's in many other movies too. The guys drive out to the silo and go down in the tunnel and have the keys for the nuclear weapons. Well, my best friend was one of those officers. And what the movie does not show.
What movie?
War Games?
War Games.
But it's in a lot of Cold War movies, the missiles, the guys with keys to the missiles. It doesn't show that they spend long hours, days in an enclosed space with chemicals and asbestos, and the results of that. My friend, who was a nationally ranked college athlete, was walking with a cane at the age 40 because she has MS.
Wow.
That was triggered by those chemicals.
Oh, God. God bless her.
She's very lucky. She lives in a big city. She gets excellent care from a VA hospital. But there's more to...
More stories to everybody.
But the key to better therapy, better, and a cure possibly in the future is research.
Yes.
We don't do any of it.
And that's our pitiful research to our pitiful contributions to the National Science Foundation, the National Institutes of Health. The Republicans want to do away with that.
Right.
Research is not a boondoggle.
Yeah, right.
And when they say that they want to make the VA more efficient, Smith just had on his Facebook page about the VA Accountability Act. Yes, caregivers should be held accountable. However, that is just part of it is a wedge to get rid of the VA, to privatize the VA and make it just an insurance exchange. But people don't realize that the VA is a major source of medical research in this country. Prosthetics, nerve research, drug research, because that is veterans who depend on the VA participate in studies. They view it as not only a chance to help themselves, but a way to continue to serve, to continue to help move the country forward. And the Republican agenda is really, really detrimental to that. So, at a time when we are thinking about patriotism in our country and standing up for the Constitution, the people who raised their right hand and swore to support and defend the Constitution deserve real help from the government.
Yeah, they sure do. Yes, they do.